Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 5, Week 1, Day 2. So of course, yesterday we were able to get all the tasks done, as we will now be able to every Monday going forward, since there is no longer such a thing as a multi-day task anymore. Well, they still exist, but you can just skip over them with the reroll. So technically they are no more. So no longer will we have to randomly wait sometimes till Tuesday, Wednesday, or even the very rare Thursday in order to get them done, since, yeah, you can just repick any of the annoying ones, like the do dungeon 2 days in a row kind of thing that we had for it yesterday. But now we already have them done, so that's pretty cool. Today we're going to be focusing on probably two things. One is we haven't even touched the world event, so we'll probably get a little bit of world event in. Though we could probably just use the quick kill team for the lower range. One thing keep in mind, Werebat is worth more than Crimson Bat. I have no clue why, but it is. So do be mindful of that. Aside from that, it's just rarity order. Beyond the fact that Werebat is actually higher than Crimson Bat. As long as you remember that, you should be good to go. Anyways, do we even have a quick kill team built? I have 2 teams built. Are they quick? They're quick enough. They are quick enough. Let me just double check. What do we even have to build out of? Might be able to get like a lower range quick kill team. Let's see. Also, Guild Wars next week. Let's go scrap everything. There we go. A nice diverse team of just black manacles. That sounds very strong. Maybe one Queen Aurora or Queen Titania in there. Okay, I think that's our team just because Mana Link. And then we change our banner to... Do we want red? I think we want red, purple. That one. And then we change our class to Archmages. And then we win. Seems like a game plan. Also, we have +6 purple. +2 red. That seems perfectly fine. Oh yeah, we need to go claim our medals though. Let me go do that. So claim all this. Apparently we're to stage 11 already. Good job, guild. Let's see what we get for our 2 orbs. Double blue, go. That is very much not double blue. But we got the tokens we need. So let's get into it. It'll tell us to go change our thing. And then we shall change. 20%. Magic damaging metal. And then the smaller magic damaging metal. Alright, we're good to go. Oh, we got it. Oh, gosh, we got so many niches earlier. We actually got a full badge out of it. Because I forgot, we got like 4 this weekend. Or last weekend, I should say. Yeah, we did so good last weekend on luck. There's like a whole month's worth of how many niches we're probably going to get. We might not get a single one all next month. And then we just got them all last weekend. Man, anyways, that should be 200% extra damage with 20% mana start, and this should quick kill everything very exceedingly quick. That is the point. But anyways, hello everyone! Hope all of you have been doing well. Hello Warren! Hello Bill! Hello Eric! Hello Ong! Hello Imperial! Hello Isabel! Hello Eric! Hello Logic Slayer! Hello Jonathan! Hello Kersey! Hello Imperial, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How much have you missed? We pretty much just started. You've pretty much missed nothing. Werebat again. Interesting. Werebat is worth more than Crimson Bat. I believe this gives us 6 wings and the other one gives us 5. There's no real reason for why that is. It just is. Alright, we got 7-1 from that one. See how much we get for the Crimson Bat. Oh yeah, I might have that slight variable thing. Though you don't get more for doing the same room. It's just a weird variable that sometimes occurs. It makes it harder to even see how many points they give within the game itself. If you didn't already know externally. 6. So yeah, it's giving 1 less. And Dracula should give, what, 8 then? And then it's that epic one in the bottom left over there. Hello, Alex! Welcome! Got a Vow Raven. A very dead Vow Raven. Even got the Vow on it. You want to give 6? Gosh, that variable thing is triggering quite a bit then. Because that one should have gave more than the Legend Room. But they both gave the same. Are we using this team all the way? We probably could if we really wanted to. The team I was going to use was Dustbringer with triple Queen Titania. But for the earlier battles, this is quicker. But yeah, we might just literally be able to do it the entire way, since they only bought up to tier 3. If you're going further than tier 3, you would definitely want to change this team at some point. But I think just doing the basic rewards, I think this actually does go all the way. What we're using now. Because 2 cash should be enough to kill most of these battles. And even then, we could just add another Queen Titania. Basically, just keep adding Queen Titanias as it doesn't kill. To make sure that it does. And just incrementally keep adding more. I'm gonna gain a level this stream, too. They're offering guildmate rewards to the highest ranked in PvP. Nice. Yeah, I've done that a couple times in my guild. Not for PvP specifically, though. Normally for guild contributions. We've done a bunch of guildmate gifts to the guild for donating a lot of gold to the guild on a given week. Since that gives a bunch of loot to everyone. Though technically going high on PvP does, assuming they use the gold on the guilds. I know, it did not kill. That will, though. Oh wait, there's still someone doing it for trophies for our guild every week? That's nice, then. Maybe we need to go compete for it for once. I haven't tried making PvP leaderboard for 5 years now? I'm pretty sure it has been 5 years. It's really time consuming though. Like you have to do PvP for like 10 hours a day to make leaderboard or somewhere around there. And at that point I might as well just explore that much because we gain more progress that way. I didn't realize you guys were still keeping that up. Nice. I knew we were doing it for some time. I didn't realize you guys were still doing it every week. I know, we almost have all Vogelies. Vagul? I have no clue how to say that. The V one. This is on the long list of things we cannot pronounce correctly. Though in all fairness, that's an extremely weird one. The Viguli. The Vigulus. The Vargoli? The Vargoyle. No, that's not even Vargoyle. It's a Vargoyle? Vargoyle. I don't know. Anyways, which Vargoyle should we do? Let's do this Vargoyle. It looks like it's supposed to be Vargoyle, but those numbers of letters do not combine to be Vargoyle. Probably cast Hero first in case it randomly dies to his skull. That can start happening as we keep getting deeper. Especially when we're using Archmage. Archmage is very weak to skulls. Doesn't have anything to survive with like some hero classes. But it gains 1 billion mana, so still refusing. Yeah, Black Manacle is definitely a great choice, regardless of what team you end up building. That or Duskbringer. But obviously, Black Manacle is a lot easier to get. It also casts quicker. So a lot of these things are going to have immune to death mark, so its effect doesn't actually do as much. Since every undead has immune to it. And almost all of these are undead. There's a few non-undead in each battle though. Or in some of them. I think that one's not undead. But they're mostly undead. Which that one's not undead either. 2 out of 4. Well, Life and Death definitely wouldn't die, that's for sure. Life and Death never dies. It's like incapable of dying. Pretty much. Also, hopefully we get that Puzzle Quest 3 patch tonight. They like doing patches on Tuesday. It is a Tuesday. The game needs it so ridiculously bad. They still haven't done like the first major content or major balance update yet. And the game desperately needs it right about now. So once we finish out these sigils, we'll hand out a code. And then off to the faction to get all the normal Tuesday loot, which is actually the best loot of any of the events. Relative to cost. Only 30 gems for an orb and Valky. Oh, sorry, 2 orbs and a Valky. Which is even better. Wait, wasn't it 2 orbs? I actually forget now. Fail. Pretty sure it's 2 orbs. We do it like every single Tuesday. Since forever. Yeah, it's 2 orbs. That's what I thought. Just making sure. Not sure why I was guessing that for a second there. Yeah, it's 2 orbs, 1 Valky. And a few other things. So those are the only 2 loots that matter. Oh, no Devour. We never get one when we actually need it. Though it wouldn't matter too much. I was just concerned of a double skull. Luckily, we only got one there. I almost feel like taking these Lycanthropy gems whenever we see it, just to make sure they don't. I just start calling them the wolf gems. Or those ultra annoying ones. Because everyone will know exactly what gem you're talking about. Should we put the weapon in the faction event? What weapon? Yeah, the effect is very, very, very exceedingly annoying. There's almost no one who likes it. They chose one of the worst power gems to start with. Because they chose a status effect that everyone hates and made it into a gem that now everyone hates even more. It's going to be pretty funny in like a year from now, because we'll probably have like 6 different power gems, and if you had 4 of them on your team and the enemy has a few of them, you could have all of them in the same battle on the same board. Especially if we ever start to get troops that can create multiple. Like 2 different power gems. Though currently there doesn't look like we're getting any this season. So that kind of makes sense because there's only 2 Uber Doom Skulls and the little wolf gems. Oh, no Devourer. Okay, we might need to start using a real team, and by a real team I mean we need to go put more Queen Titanias on our team. Okay, we need to change to a real team though. There we go. The team has been fixed. Yeah, this can literally just run the whole way. At this point. I don't think this would ever fall off. Just so much damage in this mode. What's so good about Queen of Tanya? It hits all enemies, has a really good boost ratio for its damage output. And it also has Fairy Fire, which is 50% additional damage, and that boosts with the extra spell damage we have as well. So we get a lot of extra damage. But currently we don't have them Fairy Fired. And also we have enchant, so they naturally get mana even though they're blocked. That's a weird strategy you can do in a lot of these side events. Is if you know you're going to have enchants, you can actually build your team a little bit differently than you would normally build a team. Just because it doesn't actually matter if you mana block something. Well, it still matters, but it doesn't matter as much. Since they naturally get mana over time. Oh no, he's still not dead. Oh, he is. Super dead, Devour as well. Says, hello, Andrew! Welcome. It's pronounced Vargwheels? Vargwheels. Interesting, thank you. Okay, Vargwheels is their name. Avoid taking into the Vargwheels. Not only is it impossible to say, but they also give the least amount of points. Interesting, Vargwheels. That word doesn't look like it's Vargwheels. Vargwheel? Yeah, I guess it is a Vargwheel. It seems like it has one too many letters to be Vargwheel. But I guess that last E kind of goes with the previous thing? I'm not sure. English is weird. Okay, we devoured the one that didn't have Fairy Fire on it. That's rather convenient. Not like we have a choice of which one gets it. But it works. Hello, NASA! Welcome. Alright, looks like we have 5 left because we're probably going to get Valraven here. Somewhere's in all this mess. Then we'll go hand out a code and then we'll go do the faction. Oh, I took away my extra turn on starting board. One of the few times it's actually going to give us a good starting board and then it just explodes. That's the only bad thing about the explosion. It's nice to have the mana, but the number of times you have a perfect board and then the explosion just ruins it is very awful. What am I missing here? Where's all the good mana? It's forcing me to take a bad move. Oh, that better not transform. Oh no, my hero died. Oh no, it transformed. I know, it died as well. Gosh, we could actually lose if we're not careful. What's going on here? We actually need to try winning. If that dies the death mark. Could you imagine? The other thing that could be really bad is if that effect triggers, we lose. Good, it didn't trigger. And that effect reapplying to us made it so we wouldn't die. Alright, that could have gone better. Didn't die though. Alright, that was funny. Yeah, Salty faced it 3 times. On the 3rd time, she won. I made the joke that's like playing Puzzle Quest 3 because you normally have to re-roll the battle over and over again until you get a really good starting board to have any chance of winning the battle. But that's basically what she did for that battle. But yeah, that's the problem with defend teams in general. Doesn't matter how good of a defend team you set. There's always going to be a way to kill every single defend team in the entire game pretty easily. Especially if you get to get starting board. Almost every team, once it gets going, just kind of auto wins. It tends to be pretty much every team in the game. And the AI is just bad at getting going sometimes. That's why a lot of people use like a double empower and stuff like that. Because it increases the chance the AI can actually get to full mana. Instead of losing before it even gets a single full mana. Anyways, we cleared out that. Let's go hand out a code. So we gotta kill a lot of yellow today. But let's go hand out a code. And then we'll go and mess with the faction. And then apparently we need to go kill 1 billion yellows. Because we're probably only going to be halfway done with that. Unless there's a lot of yellow in this faction. There shouldn't be though, it's Dark Pits. Dark Pits has like 1 yellow. And it's only on the final battle. Where's the code section? There it is. Where is it? There it is. There it goes. Go. There's a redeem code used on gemsword.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found if your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is where you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers in there starting with PT. And give same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And only use on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, if we want to kill yellows, we just go to White Helm. We did that earlier for the campaign pass thingy. However, we need to do it again for the 100 gems. We can't really complain about getting 100 gems compared to 20. That is obviously a very good thing. Oh yeah, let's go use the Dark Pits team. So we showed this on Monday, of course. The, I believe it's just Rowan, quick kill, yeah. We've used this a lot. We can't use Mirage Queen because of color restriction. However, that's not going to stop us from using Rowan. And also, you could just use an Iron Gut, obviously. Though for the earlier battles, not really that worth using Iron Gut. Yeah, we're going to gain a level this stream for sure. Actually, we probably should hand out the code when we gain the level. Oh, well, we're pretty much at it right now. Give it a few battles. We'll get that level. Actually, more like 20 battles. Oh, we're definitely getting it this faction. Or not the specific floor, but you know. Get it in the next few. Still got a ways to go, though. Lately, we've been trying to hit 100 levels per year. And we're pretty much on track this year. Because the year is almost halfway down. In a month. Though I might not get as much progress, because I won't be doing almost any playing for like 10 days. Other than just basic dailies. Super basic. And whatever we need for the guilds. That's gonna be annoying too. Am I even gonna do the faction events? I might not have the time. Should we keep the faction at level 20? I wonder if the faction actually does have good loot. That might be a faction we keep at level 20. Oh, we haven't bothered doing that. The biggest issue is nothing's better than City of Thieves. Like, even if it's slightly worse than City of Thieves is still better just because City of Thieves is so broken for loot. It is so broken that doing at level 50 for 0.5 times multiplier can actually be better than almost every other faction in the game at 1 times at level 20. It's pretty insane how good loot is. Well, obviously, you'd ideally want level 20 City of Thieves. Because that's 1 times multiplier will also be in City of Thieves. A 0.5 at level 50 isn't horrible. I still don't understand why they punish you for completing the delve, though. Still makes no sense. And I think they think it's fixed, but they didn't fix it. Like, the change that they made didn't solve the problem. Don't really understand why they never fixed it. I haven't mentioned it before it was even released too in the beta. And they still to this day have not fixed it. The whole issue that level 20 delves are better to do than level 50 delve, or 500 delves, I mean. As well as level 50. But they still haven't fixed the whole issue where level 20 delves are the best to do in the entire game. Or level 500s being the worst. Which makes pretty much no sense whatsoever. That the weakest one would be the best loot. I'll thread it there. Oh, so they said last night, Salty, that they're going to be taking people for the next beta soon. I might actually try getting it to next beta. I haven't beta tested for almost a year now. Haven't bothered doing any of them. I might try getting it to the next one, we'll see. We're getting some kind of gnome feature. Yeah, you can't target specific number of factions for pure faction. Like if you want to do a 100 or a 200 or a 300, but you don't want to do a 500. It's really hard to target them because there's no proper way of doing so. If your faction's currently at like 400 or something, you really have no way to do one of the lower factions. Or, you know, one of the lower ones in order to do it for pure faction. Unless you want to waste a lot of gems on a Tuesday event, but at that point you might as well go all the way for 500 at that point. So unless you remember to do it on first cycle, you never get the chance to do it. If you're planning on doing a pure faction that isn't 500. Because if you pass a level, there's pretty much no doing it. Because the amount of gems you're going to have to spend anyways to do like a 200 or a 300 pure faction, you might as well just do 500 at that point. Hello, Draco. Welcome. Yeah, I still find it very unfortunate my trip is on the exact date a new faction comes out. It's gonna be annoying. Because I can't actually cover it because of that. Green or yellow? Let's go green. Is it possible to do all factions without potions? Yes. Kind of. It's technically possible. It's not realistically doable, though. But it is technically possible. There have been people that did it at level 100, quite a few factions. Level 100, no potions. You need a ridiculous amount of luck, though, to do that. At least for some factions. Some are easier than others to do that with, obviously. Like the ones that have insta-kill or resummon and stuff like that. Some of them are, like, near impossible to do that way, though. Because you need to have a really high horde level. Which would still allow you to do it without potions, but would cost you a lot of gold. As well as treasure. Yes, I did notice that. That all future weeks are now going to be based on the kingdom. Which honestly makes more sense. Though the big issue with that is we're going to have very, 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 very long gaps, potentially, between factions. Because one good thing about how factions are currently set up prior to next week is, since it was going on the cycle, you always had an X amount of time interval before you would get it again. However, now, it could be like over a year. Like, for example, Pride Lands went a year and a half without Rope Dart. That also would have meant Pride Lands Faction, which doesn't exist yet. But that would have meant Pride Lands Faction. That entire time would also have not occurred. So the only problem with that is it makes the interval a little bit weird for factions now. Because before you would only have to wait like several months. Now you could wait upwards of a year, depending on how they schedule kingdoms. That likely won't always be the case, and generally they're pretty balanced with how they schedule kingdoms. But there are those instances where some go an entire year without one, which would also mean you would go the entire year without the faction. And that could be problematic for something like Life and Death. As well as all those weapons that you only ever get on that Tuesday event. Like, for example, this week we have, or actually I should say this next 6 hours, if you want to go get the weapon, you can get the weapon. It's useless though. But oh, I just realized we still don't have enchant. Whoops, this entire time we haven't had enchant. I was even talking about enchant. But if you want to get this useless weapon, it is only available today, and then it won't be available for like another half a year. But it deals damage to an enemy, then curses and drains all their mana. Overall, you would never use this ever. But there you go. It's a weapon, nonetheless. His weapons are really weird. Because they're only available one Tuesday every several months. Most of them are useless though. But some of them are good, like Life and Death, Essence of Evil, a couple others. Weathering Staff. Well, the cycle still had a lot of cycle left. We were only on like the 7th or 6th or 7th faction within the cycle. Like we were pretty much just at the beginning of a cycle. So honestly, this wasn't that bad of a time for them to shift it. It's also because of how many factions we only have left. I think there's only like what, 4 or 5 that need to still be added to the game. Not counting any new factions or new kingdoms, I mean. Should be enough to kill. Luckily that's skull. Whenever you get a skull with Rowan, it's actually kind of helpful. Because due to the fact that she does physical split damage, it actually makes it more concentrated. So the chance that you would end up getting them all killed is slightly higher. Since you're already getting more damage down, that counts towards her distribution. Oh, so this is a very weird shaped faction. Some of them have some ultra annoying layouts. This is by far not the worst, but it's far from the best layout. If nothing else, it has a pretty straightforward rush method. Since it's tied for the smallest amount of rooms, so you do have to take a tier 5 to get there. Like if you were doing rush, you would just do this room, then the room we just did, and then boom, you just go straight to the boss. However, that's not what we're here for. Gotta do every room. So we can go get all the orbs. Double orb and Volky. That's a treasure room. We're just gonna go for it though. Hello, Tyrian! Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. If anyone has any questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know as well. Make sure to go over it all. Once we clear out this faction, we'll probably clear out dailies. And we gotta go kill a billion yellows. Because even after this faction, I'm pretty sure we're still gonna need like 70 yellow kills. Because we're only getting like 1 per battle or so. Not to mention, I believe there's 0 in our very first battle. Luckily this one has 3. That's not going to take that long to wipe it out from White Home. Three more flaws. Hopefully we'll get lucky on multiplier. We might be able to since it kind of starts into a tier 5. The problem is a lot of the other rooms are placed weirdly. Which will reduce down the score since we can't take the big multipliers initially. If we get like a 1.4 times or 1.5 times here, you can get quite a bit extra. It gets applied to every subsequent room. Which helps out quite a bit for points. Oh no, it didn't kill. How could you? So we have 2 of them. Technically you go double Rowan as well, however you can only Urskea crown 1 of them. So normally it's better to double up the Leprechaun than it is to double up the Rowan. So normally you just want to use Mirage Queen instead. But not if the color restriction prevents you. You cannot. I'm not confident with that being enough damage, so I was going to give it the buff. A 1.3, sure, we'll take that. So if you got all the big mythics, should you be then going for kingdom-specific mythics for stars? Yes. Particularly for Magic Kingdoms. If you're still missing any of the Magic Kingdom mythics. Or, you know, if you have 0 from any of them. You could save them for future mythics as well. But you normally want to eventually focus down stars. If you feel like you already have all the good mythics that currently exist. But if you're going to focus down mythics, make sure to get all the magic-based kingdom mythics. Or not all of them, but you know, 1 from each magic-based kingdom. Because those are obviously the most important ones to get, if you're going to get some of them. I think we already had enough damage, but just in case. Oh no, I didn't die. But that's enough mana. No annoying revives. Doesn't it have a 25% chance to do something? I'm pretty sure it does. A little spider egg. Yeah, it doesn't let you check, does it? I can't remember. Doesn't Cocoon have like a 25% chance to be a spider on death or something? Could have sworn it did. Maybe it doesn't. I know it has a weird like double immunity where it has like immune to web and immune to poison. Which is one of the weirdest trait setups ever. Because it doesn't count as an elf, so they didn't give it that one elf thing that I think had both of them. Instead, it just gave like 2 separate little small ones that do almost nothing. However, if nothing else, it's immune to web spinner. Web Spinner can't apply either of its 2 pokes to the eggs. Since the only 2 immunities it has are both the 2 effects Web Spinner applies. Which gives it the ability to be immune to Web Spinner, if nothing else. Though everything with Impervious also has that same effect. So it might be a little bit closer on yellow kills than I thought. I think we're at like 100 something. Find out when we check after. I was gonna say, you better get full mana there. Luckily you did. Luckily those bags have like no durability, so they just die out. Silver Necropolis, Sunken Fleets, Stonesong Eyrie, Amethrax, City of Thieves, Wild Court, Mirrored Halls, Frostfire Keep, Weirwoods, Laraz. Oh, Laraz's Lair is ultra annoying. Same as Labyrinth. I'm not sure if Labyrinth was in there. Oh yeah, Labyrinth's in there. Those are the 2 most heaviest luck-based factions. Labyrinth and Laraz's Lair. They are the most annoying probably in the entire game. Not necessarily the hardest, but 100% the most annoying, those 2. That and that one where they keep converting into different troops. Was that Weirwoods? Or Wild Court? No, it wasn't Wild Court. Yeah, I think it was called Weirwoods. So you have 3 really annoying ones. All 3 of them are super luck based. Hey, final flaw. I don't think we're gonna get enough points, so we're probably gonna need to do a couple more battles after that. Yeah, Weirwoods transforms like crazy. I'm actually surprised they didn't update Weirwood's troops to have the new effect. Lycanthropy. I'm curious to see how that gem will actually affect the factions, though. We'll find out on June 11th. Maybe that's the next faction. See how big of an impact it has. Your HP, what are you doing? Luckily we had exactly 3 damage on that board. What's the next faction's kingdom? Grim Woods? Question mark? Or was that the most recent one? I forget. Oh, also I just noticed something. I don't think you guys can see it. Is there a poll button underneath the chat? Do you guys see that? Or is that just on my side? I don't recall seeing that before. Did YouTube just do an update that isn't useless? I see a poll button. I didn't notice that till just now. Anyways, what was I looking for? I came here to look for something. Oh yeah, what's next faction? Oh, it's Golvania. There we go. But let's just go look at it. Loading, loading, loading. Oh no, Pride Lands. Then Golvania. Next one's Pride Lands. Then Golvania. Then Dragon's Claw. Yeah, the most recent one was from Grimwoods. But next one is Pride Lands. That's on June 11th. Then we got Golvania, which is July 23rd. And we don't know the order of these 3, but the other 3, of course, are Dragon's Claw, Blackhawk, and then Broken Spire. Though their order could be something different. I don't know, might need to try using this poll button real quick. Let's see what happens. I want to click on and see. Create a poll. Ask a question. Let's see. Is the new season pass pay to win? Question mark. Yes, no. You can add more options or change them from yes and no. Let's see. Let's see. We'll just leave it at that, that's fine. Ask your community. Let's see what happens. Do you guys see a poll? Because I don't. There it is. We now have a poll. Where do you guys see it on your thingy? There should be a poll. It's doing poll things. But there you go, there's a poll. That's much better than how they had their polls before. Why couldn't they just done that in the first place? Because their poll system previously was horrifically bad. Now it's actually usable. We might need to start using polls. What kind of sandwiches do it? A sandwich poll. Yeah, we can do polls now. Well, we always could have done polls, but the way that YouTube had it prior was the worst system I have ever seen. And now it's not horrible. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It looks like it's collapsed at the top of my thing. Let me see what it looks like on the live end. Because I'm looking on the back end right now. Let me see what happens if I go to my YouTube channel. Loading, loading, loading. How do I get to my channel from here? Loading, loading, loading. Also, I can leave a like on my own stream over here. Let me see what it looks like on the front end. No. Yep, there it is. The poll doing poll things. Looks like people pretty much all agree it is pay to win. There we go. But yeah, it's pretty insane that they added a power orb to it. That's a lot of loot. Let's hope they had more ways to get power orbs naturally. They technically did last December with that 1% thingy. However, that's there's still people who have gotten 0 from it. I have gotten lucky and gotten 2 from it so far. But can definitely get way unluckier than that. Yeah, it's cool. We can start doing polls now very easily. I'm not sure if that's been there for a while now or if YouTube just added it. That is the first time I've seen that button, so I'm pretty sure YouTube just added it in the last couple days or literally today. They tend to drop updates randomly for no reason, though for once they actually did something good. I'm pretty sure 20 out of like, no, maybe even more than that. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure there's only like 1 in 50 updates that YouTube ever does that is actually not useless. That is one of them. Hello, Defiant. Welcome. I wonder if I don't close the poll, if the poll will still be there after the fact. We'll need to test that. Though it might auto end when I end the stream. Because before, when you hooked a poll into a YouTube thingy, if you didn't end the poll, it would still keep going even once the video goes live. But I have a feeling this version of it will end when the stream ends. We still got more. Because that's good info to know, because if it ends when the stream ends, then people who watch it after the fact can't vote on it. If it doesn't end, then they can. We'll find out. It's better than paying $50 for a power orb, I know, right? At most, it's $25 for a power orb. Though, you get like a billion other things along with it, so it's technically not $25 for a power orb. Because you're getting a lot of other stuff too. Okay, just take the final room. It's gonna be way more than enough points. Do the rush method for the final floor. Might as well. Good it didn't hit Ruined. That was enough though. This will be though. Alright, there we go. Faction complete. Now, can we get better than a green-orange that we got earlier? Let's see what we get. Come on, blue-purple, since we got green-orange earlier. Hey! Oh, we got half of it. We got half of it. Almost. I'll take a blue. Can't complain about that. What's the value of a power orb? Power orb has a couple values. Normally they try selling it for $50, which is probably too pricey. Now you can get it every campaign, or I assume it's every campaign here for $25 by buying the extended pass and then completing out the entirety of the campaign. So if you did the normal pass and completed the entire thing, you would of course normally get the mythic. But if you bought the extended pass and completed the whole thing, now you get a power orb. Whereas before it was just a useless vault key. You also get a bunch of other loot, like 2 epic vault keys and some other stuff. But obviously you're mostly doing it for the power orb. At this point, if you're buying the extended pass, you're almost entirely doing it for the power orb. But yeah, they really extended the rewards. You always got this reward as well. Oh, I can't show it. But you get like a major purple and a major orange as well when you buy it. Can't show it since we already got it. But you also get all this now, which is mostly just a couple hundred gems, 2 epic vault keys, good handful of keys, and obviously the main loot. A power orb. As far as other ways of getting it, its gem equivalency is about 8,000 gems, give or take. If you go and make leaderboards on various events, for example, this week you can do it for raids if you so choose, or not raids, I mean world event. Making first place gives you a power orb. However, it normally costs a lot of gems to get first place. Exact amount can vary, but normally it's from like 5,000 to 8,000 or so. Sometimes lower, sometimes higher. Obviously, it depends how many people go for leaderboard and how hard it gets contested. But it could definitely start adding up. But that's the other main way that you tend to get power orbs. I've never actually gotten one off a leaderboard. At least on this account. On our Switch account, we did it 3 times. Near around when the game first started. But as far as for Gems of War on our main account, I have yet to do it a single time. We will eventually. It just eats a lot of gems. Like, that amount of gems would only be able to get us, like, 3 or 4 power orbs until we have, like, 0 gems, which obviously we wouldn't want to do. Yes, technically, if you took the gem value of that, it is technically more expensive. However, gems you can get for free. So if you have a surplus of gems, you can get a power orb for free. But if you take the gem value into money value, yes, it is actually more expensive to buy gems with money and then use those gems to try to get a power orb than it is just to buy a power orb. However, obviously, generally people who are going for power orbs are using free gems, not money gems. More often than not. Not everyone, though. But generally, if you're going like all the way for the power orb and committing that many thousands of gems, you normally do with the free gems. Or at least some amount of free gems off of the daily tribute. Because you can claim it about 10 times per day. Obviously, you could technically take it 24 times per day. That was really unrealistic. Or maybe closer to like 16. But if I take it 10 times per day, I think we get like 250 gems, which really starts adding up. The tribute's starting to get pretty insane these days. Or maybe not 25, but definitely at least like 200. Because I feel like my average is like 18 to 20. It might even just be 20 at this point. Anyways, so we finished that. Let's go and finish getting these yellow kills, as well as the dailies. I haven't actually cleared these out yet. They should go down pretty quick. Oh, we still need like 30-something yellow kills. Which means by the time we finish daily, it should only be like 20. Well, tribute technically doesn't really take much time if you're comparing it from a time ratio. Our current tribute, let's say we average 20 gems per tribute. And let's say it takes 30 seconds loading up the game and to take tribute, which technically normally is quicker than that, but let's just say it takes 30 seconds. That is an effectively 120 tributes that you can take per hour. Not literally in an hour, but you know, if you take the amount of time that it took you to take all the tributes when you take it once per hour, it's 120 within an hour of taking tribute time. And if you break that down, what's 120 times 20? Isn't that like 24,000 or something? It's something absurdly high. It is some kind of very big number. Let's see. If we take 120 times it by 20, 2,400, yeah. 1 0 off. I was gonna say that number seemed a little too high. We have 2,400 gems in an effective hour. Obviously, that's spread across a much longer time than that. But that's basically the gem rate of tribute in endgame right now. It is that high. It is effectively over 2,000 gems per hour, effective hour. Technically even higher than that because it doesn't take 30 seconds to claim tribute normally. Unless you're loading the game very exceedingly slow. Let's see. So I probably should switch to a real team, but at this point I figured we'd just go all the way with this. It's gonna be super overkill right there. So City of Thieves give less loot at higher levels. No, it's just slower to take. It's based on the multiplier. So once you clear out all the 2 times multipliers, you get down to the really low, like 0.5 times multiplier. And then you don't get as much loot, or the 1 times multiplier. But it's a 1 times multiplier at 500 compared to 1 times multiplier at 20, which is a drastic time difference, obviously. So if anyone else has any other questions, let me know. Because once we clear out these dungeons, we'll probably just go Dust Devil white helm for like 5 minutes, and we'll probably call it a night. That'll be the last of our little bit of gems there. Always nice to see. You have a 1 in 20 chance per day or so that instead of having a kill 100 enemies for 20 gems, you get a kill 150 of a specific color for 100 gems. You're generally only going to get about once per month. And that's great to see when it happens. It's different per person, though. The bottom 3 are the same per person, but the top 1 is different. Mostly because newer players have a different system for it when they first start out, prior to getting the daily system one. But then after that point, you get like a 5% chance per day to get the good one. Oh, we got the good one today. Let's go to White Helm and just clear this out then. White Helm's already at difficulty 1, perfect. And then let's dust level it until we get the last of our loot. Should be about 2 or 3 yellow per battle. Then we get 100 gems to go into our stack. Actually, are we almost at 30,000 again? How close are we? Not quite, but 100 will definitely move us closer. Also, we'll see exactly what happens with the poll. Yeah, I'm glad YouTube fixed their poll system. We're definitely going to need to start using a lot of polls. Not on a daily basis, but, you know, maybe like a poll every week. Though Mondays would probably be the best time to do a poll, since that's generally when we're going to have the highest amount of people. Unless they do like a big update or the faction, which unfortunately I will not be here for the faction. It's normally one of our bigger streams. Oh, we won't be able to do it this time. Hopefully I don't get unlucky with the factions. It might be what, factions might be the new, missing, Vault events this year. I'll have to see. Because I'm leaving early August to see family. And hopefully that doesn't coincide with a faction. And then hurricane season might make us have to evacuate. And hopefully that won't coincide with a faction. We got hit for like 4 times that 1 year for Vault events. Because scheduling just kept being awful. Hopefully this year won't be the same thing for faction events. Shooting like what, 20 more kills? Yep, 10 more. Oh yeah, I need to test something. Does it let you vote when you're not logged in for the poll? Because that means people who don't normally log in who might watch us can actually vote too. Let me see. Let's see. Oh no, I would need to go open another instance of it to check. Actually no, you know what? There's another way to check. Hold up. There's another way I can get an instance open. If I go to YouTube this way, it won't be logged in. Or it shouldn't be. There should be a default, yeah. So if we go to, our YouTube channel. Let's see, can you vote? Oh, I can't leave a like on herself though because we're not logged in. Let's see, can you vote if you're not logged in? Nope. Haha! It won't let you vote. Oh, so I clicked no, but I actually do agree that it is yes. Nope, you do indeed have to be logged in. It does indeed require a login. I guess they don't want bots to vote in your polls. I guess that kind of makes sense. They don't want the polls to be botted like crazy. That does indeed make sense. There we go. It has been done. This is already here. We might as well do one more just to reset it. so we don't need to reset it later in case we have to do it for a different rarity or a different level. There we go. Okay. And now let's do our 3 daily arena. No, we're going to have an arena event this weekend. If we want arena, we can get all the arena we would ever want this weekend and then never want it again. But yeah, we got arena event this weekend. That's actually what the weekend event is. Very bad one, of course. The worst weekend event, technically. Though at least it doesn't have any expense. It does not cost any resources to partake in the arena event. It just requires a really high amount of time for like almost no reward. That's a nice change of pace, so we still do it. Even though the payout is still pretty horrific for it. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for today. Tomorrow, of course, we have the pet for Golvania, as well as, well, that's pretty much it. We'll probably do that and then finish out the World event, or at least do more towards the World event, if nothing else. You never do arena. Not even the weekend events? We'll need to do a poll for that this Friday. 100%. We'll need to do that on, do you do the arena event? We'll poll it in the morning and we'll poll it at night. It'll be interesting to see which poll is different, or how different the two polls are, if they're very similar. But yeah, we'll poll it in the morning, we'll poll it at night this Friday on do you do the arena event. That'll be our next poll. There we go. We already have our next poll ready. But yeah, we'll start doing polls here and there now that YouTube made it not completely pointless to do and actually integrated it in a way that they should have just done in the first place. I still don't understand how a tech company that is as successful as they are can still be so bad at integrating things. Stadia is a horrifically bad example of that. Or I guess a good example of how bad they are at doing it. But anyways. But they still make similar mistakes on YouTube until they eventually fix it like years later. Let's see. Yes, it costs 1,000 gold to play per arena match, so that is pretty much 0 gold in the current state of the game. I'm actually surprised it still even has a expense, given how small 1,000 gold is. Let's see. What level would you say would have to have the delve set in order to complete without potions? Most of them would require it varies based on the kingdom. But I would say anywhere from 150 to a little over 200 is about the amount you would want. Like 150 to 200 or so, or slightly higher than 200, is about the amount that you would want to be able to go do a faction without needing potions. That's not the case for every faction. Some might require a lot less, some might require a bit more, or even a lot more. But around the 150 to 200 or slightly over 200 is about the amount you would want to do a pure faction without potions. It can be done with as little as 100. But quite a few of them that is very ridiculously hard for is because you wouldn't have enough stats. Like things like Hall of Guardians, Sea of Sorrows, those are ones you generally need the extra stats for so you don't die. Where those extra stats actually come into play quite a bit. But anyways, guys, I'm going to head out for now. I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll catch you guys soon. And